Hey, what's up? I'm JP, and today we're here to answer one simple but very important question. Is gym launch worth it in 2023, 2024? This is going to be a tough one. So I'll give you a tiny bit of backstory, and then we're going to go into the pros and cons list to help you make a decision to see if it's worth it for your gym. So I was a gym owner for 6 years. I sold my gym. I did do gym launch, and I have had mentorship before that. Basically, I opened my gym in 2017. It was awesome. It grew, it grew, it grew. The thing where we all wore masks happened, and then it didn't grow so much. And then when I reopened, I needed it to grow again because I realized I wanted to sell it. So I went hard into the gym launch. I did the thing. I worked the system. I was an excellent soldier. And then I was able to sell it a couple of years ago. Now, to be clear, I wasn't able to sell it because of gym launch, but I didn't sell it in spite of gym launch either. So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of how it works and some of the pros and cons so that you can make a decision. So basically how it works is you join, and by the way, it's very expensive to join. Expensive is relative to the amount you're going to make, of course. Their current promise or guarantees that you'll make 150K in new revenue within the first year or your money back. I don't know how true that is, how many people take you up on the guarantee. Obviously, it's great bait. It's great marketing. Every marketer out there is going to say, this is going to 10x your business and you're going to make so much money and it's going to be the easiest thing you ever did. You can just count stacks and all that stuff. And it's like, that's bullshit, man. You got to work like a dog. You got to work super hard at the beginning. It gets better over time. You can work your way out. You can, basically money, cash flow in your business will give you the options to hire people and work up and out and really just spend time at the top of the business doing the activities you want instead of what you have to do. But that's not the case in the beginning. No matter what anybody tries to tell you, you're going to have to implement it. So know that the buck stops with you. If you're not ready to do anything full tilt, you shouldn't expect the results. And this is actually something that Alex says himself, or now it's Kale. And that is, there's going to be a truth when you do gym launch. You're going to find out how hard you need to work to make your gym successful, and you're going to do it. Or you're going to find out how hard you need to work to make your gym successful, and you're not, because you realize you don't want to do that volume of work. And I see this in gym owners, that I work with everywhere. I've worked with hundreds of gym owners. I've interviewed, 20 gym owners a month for the last, 6-7 months. And a really common theme in the ones who are struggling is they're not doing enough, and they're not doing enough of the right things. So it's no surprise that they are struggling. So be of no, there's no magical fantasy that whoever's program you join, you're not going to have to work. Now, the way that gym launch works is it's so highly leveraged and so expensive that there's so much pressure that if you don't work, you're going to burn out really quick and you're going to have a really bad experience from it because you are so leveraged. That's how it is. So basically, you pay and you start. You pay and you start, and it's expensive. And then they run you through several plays, right? You're going to install certain things in your business that I think your business should have anyway. And as a note, like, I'm going to try and be as impartial as I can, because for me, I'm glad that I did do gym launch. I'm glad. I wouldn't recommend it to most people that I know unless you're a very specific type of person. It would be hard for me to recommend it. So this is not a bash gym launch video. This is not a join the gym launch video. I'm not affiliated with them. I just want to go through my experience and talk about the pros and cons of it, if it's something that you're thinking about doing. So you run these plays, right? You're going to figure out how to sell supplements in your business. And, they have a supplement line and you buy in. And as a side note, there are a lot of hidden costs with it where, you do need to buy supplements from them, and it's not mandatory, but it really helps. I enjoyed selling the supplements, and I took the supplements and I like them, and I still take the protein powder to this day. So I don't have a problem with that, but there are some hidden costs where you're going to spend XYZ amount of money to get that going. And you're also going to leverage your business, right? And that's a lot of what makes the horror stories of it is you're paying this big chunk of money to get in, and then you're doing these plays, which costs you money up front, and you're only going to recoup and be profitable on those things if they work, and if you sell hard, and if you're successful. So if you're not successful, you're hung out to dry because you're so highly leveraged in the amount of money it took to get these things going. So again, if you're not ready to go all in on this thing, it is not favorable for you. So you're starting your nutrition thing. You're starting the supplements thing, and then you're figuring out how to market and sell. And that's really the big crux of it. They give you a good offer. I'm sure everybody knows the famous free 6-week challenge now. Um, you know, have your qualms with, it is a bait and switch. Completely transparently honest. Even the training, like they even say it, like it's a bait and switch. So you get way more leads because you're offering a free 6-week challenge, and you show people how they can get it free. But we're just very cleverly doing some sort of mental maneuvering to make it free. It's not free. Most people know it's not free. Some people are good sports about it. Some people are not. But that's how you generate so many leads for such a low cost. And then you got to go through all these sales appointments to do it. Now I'll talk about lead quality in other videos. And I'll say things like, there are no such thing as low quality leads, which is sort of true and sort of not. Basically, it's your job as somebody who's doing marketing to filter the leads. Now, if you make people jump through more hoops, they'll be higher quality, but there will be less people willing to jump through hoops. If you make people jump through no hoops, they will be lower quality, but there will be more leads. And so I'm of the mind where it's like, yeah, you want to make it easy, so do less hoops. But if you offer something for free, the type of person that gravitates toward that is going to be generally of lower quality. We don't want people who want to work out for free. We need them to pay us money so we can exist as a business. That's just the reality of what we do. So you're going to start that process, and that's really the big system you need to install in your business. And I, of course, heavily agree with this. If you're not marketing and you're not selling as a gym owner, how are you getting new clients? You're just sort of lucking into referrals or walk-bys or website traffic or whatever. And if you don't have great systems for that, which you probably don't, that lead flow is going to be sparse. So this is the big thing that they push you to do. And I fully agree with it. Now, the way that they do it, I don't love, but the systemization behind it, the urgency behind it, I think are good things, because if you haven't done this by now, you wouldn't be joining Gym Launch, and very likely wouldn't be joining Gym Launch because you would need to, because you'd already have enough cash flow coming in because you were learning to sell and market. And that's pretty much the crux of it. You come in, you run through these plays, you're leveraging a lot of cash, you're leveraging monthly cash flow by selling paid in fulls, you're buying supplements, you're spending a ton of money on ads, and you're out of pocket the initial chunk of money to join. So it's quite expensive to start. Now, again, expensive is relative to cost of other programs that are out there, and also the cost of business in general, right? It's like what's expensive to some person is cheap to another. It's really sort of your spectrum of value on that. But compared to what's out there on the market, it's expensive. Now, that being said, service that I received, I thought it was great. I thought they were on the ball. They did updates. I thought the coaching was good. They were good, man. They were solid. I have zero complaints. I thought the culture wasn't like too broy. It's a little broy, but it wasn't like nobody's meant to feel left out or excluded, or that like they're the cool kids and you're not cool enough to hang out with them. It's not like that at all. So again, from a service standpoint, like, do I think that I got good service? Yeah, I do. And I thought they were on the ball. And one of the things that I really appreciated is how much they iterated. They would be like, hey, here's our new lead nurture sequence. A couple months later, whatever, here's a new lead nurture sequence. They're always trying to, be data driven and move forward. So they are really trying to work on the product and provide you good values and good wins. And if you think about it, you kind of reverse engineer what they do with what we would want to do for people. It's like, well, yeah, if you get a gym owner to join a Gym Launch program and they make their first high ticket sale or their first whatever sale within 14 days, or they make their first $5,000 within the first 30 days, that's a huge win. So they want to make it as easy as possible by removing obstacles, barriers, beliefs, etc., for you to get the first big win. Just like we want to do that with people who come to our gym. We want to help them lose the first 5 pounds, do the first, 5 workouts, meet the first 5 new friends at the gym. We want to establish those wins so that they become ingrained into our community and they get the result and the intended benefit of what we're trying to offer them. So I think that they did do a really good job at that. Now, for some people, I think that would push them to move a little bit too fast, but that's each person's whatever. It's like, it's called Gym Launch, not Gym Crawl. So if you're not ready to be launched, buckle up. I do like it though, as well, that part of it is like, hey, you got to take responsibility for your business. You're an adult. You're the boss person in charge, and nobody's going to come save you. You've got to go out there and you've got to do the thing. And we're going to show you how to do the thing. And it's quick and it's dirty and it's high leverage. But this is how it works. So I like the reality check in that point. And again, they're not rude about it. There's no gun to your head, because if you don't do the work, that's not on them, that's on you. The work it's tough. And again, it's leverage. There's a lot of pressure for you to succeed, which could be a plus or minus depending on where you're coming from. So I had a pros and cons list that I was going to run through, but I pretty much set it all out there. I think the pros are that, here's what you need to do to be successful in the gym business. Here is how you do it. We're going to help you implement. We're going to help you facilitate. We got your back in terms of content and in terms of coaching and staffing. So those are the pros. The cons are that it's expensive to get into. There are hidden costs. You're highly leveraged and you're highly under pressure. So if you cannot perform and you cannot figure out how to make these systems, you're just going to be out a lot of money. And you're probably not joining Gym Launch because you have this surplus of cash in your business already. So those are the realities of it. And I can see how people have had good and bad experiences from either ends of the spectrum. So I haven't seen anybody else talk about this. So I just wanted to put that out there. I can't tell you whether or not it's something that you should do or not. Me personally, now ETG business, the thing that I do, it's escape the grind, escaping the entrepreneurial grind of your gym and of your business in general. I like to focus on the systems first. I make sure I build people killer websites, give them killer tech so that they can actually capture all the traffic that's already coming to them. And then we look at your business based on what it needs. We look at the areas of lead gen and sales and fulfillment and actually scaling up and out of your business. It's more of a triage system. Instead of like gun to your head, you must do this now. We're going to give you great foundations and great systems, and you can build your business up over time. Now, what I would say is typically gyms that are under 30K are not doing certain behaviors at all. And gyms that are at 30K or above, they're doing the right things. They just need to be doing more of those. And then when you get to, let's say 50, 60K, you need to be just optimizing those things. And if you're below 30K, if you're under 20 or if you're under 15, for sure, you're still learning how to play the game and you need to kind of get it together quickly. So anyway, there's lots of different ways to get this thing done, offering you my experience on the matter. Hopefully you find it useful. Leave some comments below on your experience, or if you have any questions. This is not a pro or against video. Just wanted to put that info out there. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.